Good morning. Today is Friday, March 28th, and it is day 45 of the 60-day session. We are 3/4 of the way done and only have 2 weeks left to go. This coming Wednesday marks day 50, so that means every bill has to be out of its house of origin, also known as crossover day. So we're going to see both sessions of the legislature are expected to meet tomorrow on Saturday to continue running their calendars, because anything they want to get out has to be passed over, the budget excluded, by Wednesday. Now, this was a pretty action-packed week. Last Friday when I came to you, I talked a little bit about Senate Bill 460, which was the vaccine bill. And the condition it was in when I came to you, that bill was simply updating a medical exemption for West Virginia's vaccination laws. Most stakeholders had agreed to that language and felt that it was a good compromise. Then amendment stage happened, and an amendment that put a religious exemption into the bill was added to that primary amendment from the House Health Committee. That religious exemption was incredibly broad. It was a philosophical exemption masquerading as a religious exemption. It had no data reporting requirements to it, and it really created a lot of problems. A large coalition of people, including the West Virginia Chamber, worked all weekend talking with delegates about that language and how it actually would operate. When the House went on Monday morning to vote, they ended up voting that bill down by a margin of 56 to 42. So we were incredibly thankful to the delegates who voted against that bill and voted it down, because it had changed drastically from the condition it had left the House Health Committee earlier last week. So that was a really big development. On the other front, there are some good bills moving. House Bill 3446 is on second reading today. That's amendment stage. This bill requires every student in West Virginia to complete the FAFSA as a requirement for graduation. The reason for that is because we have a lot of students right now being left behind. They're falling through the cracks. We are leaving a lot of promised scholarship dollars on the table. This bill is designed to help prevent that. It has a very easy opt-out provision, so if anyone for any reason whatsoever does not want their child to complete the FAFSA, they can easily sign a waiver and not do so. So that bill is on second reading today, which means it will be on passage either this weekend or Monday, depending how the calendar is structured. We are also continuing to watch the microgrid bill. Again, as we talked about, that is a bill where we have members that have different viewpoints on it, but a lot of action occurred on that bill in the House Energy Committee, and it is now on first reading today in the House of Delegates. That is House Bill 2014. We are continuing to talk to all of our members who have a vested interest in this bill and just follow it very carefully. So that bill is moving through the process and could be up for a vote for passage early next week. Now, one of the things that we're hearing a lot about, we've discussed and we've noticed, is there has been a lot of legislation moved this session that has an anti-business ring to it, that would make it harder for businesses to operate in West Virginia, that seeks to have government overreach. That has been a theme. We are encouraging the legislature to be mindful on everything that they pass, everything that they consider. How will that affect our ability to attract jobs and investment into West Virginia? That needs to be the focus for the final 2 weeks, so we're just continuing to convey that message to legislators to really keep their eye on the ball. Now, that's not to say that we don't have a lot of legislators working very hard to do just that and working very hard with us to try to keep that focus. But overall, that has been something that's been a challenge noticed by many people and getting a lot of discussion under the Gold Dome. I'll check back with you next week to talk a little bit about what happens in this coming week. But those are some of the major bills I wanted to talk to you about. And as always, you can reach out to Brian Dayton or bdayton at wvchamber.com. And I'm happy to go ahead and take any questions you have, and we'll be working as fast as I can to provide those answers. So thank you and have a great weekend.